Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Joe, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and hit that bell notification icon so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. You can also check me out on social media, Instagram and Twitter at TalkWithMe36. I will also be posting when I upload a new video on those platforms. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Keeping safe from everything that's going on right now surrounding the CV outbreak. But in today's story, we're going to talk about two transgender women from New York who were found dead in Puerto Rico. Police say they arrested the suspects in eastern Puerto Rico a week after two trans women were found there fatally shot in a burnt-out car. Police said they had classified the deaths as a hate crime after the remains of two women were found last week. A week after the bodies of the two transgender women were found in a badly burnt car in Puerto Rico, the police said Thursday that they had arrested two men in connection with the killings and had turned them over to the FBI. The two suspects, Juan Carlos Pagan Banolia, I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names, who is 21, and Jose Diaz de Leon, 19, were arrested Wednesday on Puerto Rico eastern coast, where the women remains were found on April 22nd, according to the island's state-level police force. The FBI had taken over the case and is investigating Mr. Pagan Banolia and Mr. Diaz de Leon for possible civil rights violation. Once again, sorry for butchering these names. They are classifying it as a hate crime because the two suspects were socializing with the victims the night before and was recorded on one of the women's social media accounts. Once they found out they were transgender women, they decided to kill them, allegedly. The two men were tracked down through fingerprint evidence found at the scene and cell phone tracking. The two victims, Serena Angelique Vasquez, 32, and Leila Police Sanchez, 21, were found dead in a car in Hamacao, a town on the island's east coast, early on April 22nd. The women had been shot and the vehicle burnt. Sorry once again for butchering these names. Yes, it sounds like they shot them in the head and then they burnt the vehicle, I guess, to cover up evidence. So I don't know if that's what really happened, but I will read on. Puerto Rican LGBTQ groups have been raising alarms about a deteriorating security situation for lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transgender, and queer people on the island after the February murder of a transgender woman was filmed and published online. 5 trans people were murdered in the past 2 months. We cannot continue to be ignored like our lives don't mean anything or have no value, said a spokesman for CABE. Ms. Velasquez lived in Queens and Ms. Police in the Bronx. Both had recently traveled to Puerto Rico and they were planning to fly back to New York later this month, according to family members and activists. Now listen to me, everyone. I don't understand why people can't just let people live their lives however they see fit. I don't know what someone being lesbian, gay, transgender, and so on, how does that affect your life? Some people like to say, well, it's in the Bible, it's in the Bible. Now, before a lot of you come down on me, listen to what I have to say. Now, in the Bible, they have stories and then they have the word of God. There is stories about people being stoned to death, and then they are the word of God that says, thou shalt not kill. And we shouldn't even judge. It's all in the Bible. We should not be judging others. That's left for God to do. So why is it that people like to pick and choose things that they want to follow in the Bible and then choose other things to not follow? I don't know how someone's lifestyle, sexuality, or whatever, how does that impact your life? I don't understand how that impacts your life. There's lots of things that I don't like that people do, but it doesn't affect me because that's their life. And sometimes I get upset when I'm on the train and I'm just traveling the train, and sometimes people like to signal to me. Like, for instance, I was on the train one time and this transgender woman was sitting right next to me, didn't notice anything. I was on my way to work, had my headphones on, listening to my music, trying to take a nap. And of course, people come on the train and make a lot of noise. They have the acrobats and the performers who like to come on the trains here in New York, and they like to perform. So this one guy sitting across from me was giving me eye contact, like, look to your side. And I looked and I saw it was a transgender woman, and I just gave him the signal, like, I don't care. So lots of people like to, when they realize that it's a transgender, they like to get up and move. But as a Black American, I know how it feels when people just who gets up after realizing who's sitting next to them. I've had that happen to me multiple times on the train. There's a big open seat and I sit there, and I don't really see for men, but I notice a lot of white women would get up and move, even though I'm not touching them. Sometimes I'm nowhere near them. Just the fact that I sit on the same side as them, some of them will get up and move to a seat and squeeze in between two white people. And I've seen that happen over and over again. I don't know if they think I'm going to rob them. And don't let me say just white people. Some of them, they will go and squeeze between two women, no matter what race they are. So there's things that I noticed, and it happens to me. So I don't like it being done to me. I'm not going to do it to others. Now, I didn't know all this stuff surrounding people killing transgenders and gays and so on. I've never heard of things like that in my country of birth. I came up here when I was 11 years old. And in my country of birth, I've never, ever seen people beat up or heckle or anything, any gay person whatsoever. I mean, I've grown up, I've seen them, I known about gays, but I've never seen it to the level where it's happening in this country, or lots of places, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and other places where they were being killed and things like that. And in my country of birth, it's the laws doesn't exclude transgenders. You kill someone, it's the same as killing a straight person, whether the person is gay, whatever, or any gay, transgender, whatever. The laws does not separate that. So once you kill someone, that's a crime. And you will face harsh punishment. So I don't this thing about killing transgenders or gays or whatever, this is something I've noticed happens a lot since I came here to America. I've heard about it a lot. Not to say that it doesn't happen in my country of birth. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've never heard of it. I've asked my dad. He said he never really heard about it or even seen it. Usually everyone just leaves them alone. They live their lives and we live our lives. And that's how I was raised, and that's what I do. I do not hate them. I have no dislike for them whatsoever. I live my life and whatever. Now, I be honestly to you people, I don't have any gay friends. Not to say I would never be friends with a gay person. I just don't have any LGBTQ plus friends. I've worked with LGBTQ plus people and we get along great. We have fun, we talk, we might even sit and have lunch with each other. I have no problems. And the people who do, I don't understand why you paying so attention. Like, why are you taking so much time out of your life to focus on these people? Like, why? And you hear the word people, they are people just like you and I. So why? Why are you doing that? Why do you pick and choose what you want to choose to live by from the Bible? I have friends who don't like them. To be honest with you, I have friends who don't like them, and they would make fun just of me just because I interact with them at work or whatever. My coworkers would make fun of it. Some of them would be like, they don't understand it, and they would call them names. I would tell them, you said that you were a God-fearing person, you go to church and all that, right? So why are you picking and choosing what you want to believe in? You cheat on your wife, which is a sin, but then you're talking about his lifestyle as a sin. And God says this, but it also says you ain't supposed to be doing what you're doing either. So in that case, you're both sinning. So, just look at how you believe that they should be killed. Then should you be killed because you're not following the word of the Bible? Is that how it should be? Everyone who choose not to follow everything in the Bible should be killed, because that's basically what you're saying to me. I don't want to go into this whole Bible thing. That's not my intention. It's just I'm using it a little bit to make a point. Why are you spending so much time bothering with how other people live? There's no reason people should be getting killed. Now, on the other hand, and this is no defense to murdering anyone, I've heard stories of people saying that they have been tricked by transgender. They build relationships thinking that this person is a woman, which they are, but thinking that they were born women, and they feel like the choice, they didn't give them a choice. They felt like, you should have told me that up front. Let me make that choice whether I want to continue to pursue a relationship with you. Let that be my choice. You taking my choice away when you're not disclosing these things with me. Now, some people might say, well, it shouldn't matter. A woman is a woman. Well, to some people, to a lot of people, I will say, a woman is not a woman if he wasn't born a woman. And are they wrong for that? I don't know. That's not for me to decide. I can only go by my own personal beliefs, and so is other people. It's just that I don't like the fact that they must take time out of their own lives just to torment somebody else, or to kill somebody else, or just because they don't agree with it. It's not your life to agree with. You should focus on your life. But that's all I have to say surrounding this whole tragedy. It's sad that that these things are still happening. I'm not going to say, I hate the term, well, it's 2019 or it's 2020. Why are you still like this? Why you have hate? Why do you have this? And as I always say, the year does not change people's minds. If someone is a racist, they will be a racist no matter when the year change. If someone hates LGBTQ plus people, they will continue to do that no matter what the year is. I hate when people keep saying, well, it's 20 this and it's 20 that, and it's not 1995, it's 2020. Why are you still acting this way? The year doesn't change the people. And as I always say, where there is light, there is dark. Where there is love, there is hate. No one in the world will all agree on the same thing or disagree on the same things. But that's all I have to say on this topic. Once again, this is Drew. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it on your social media platforms. I will gladly appreciate it. Hit that bell notification icon so you can get my videos as soon as I upload them. And you can also follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter at TalkWithMe36. And as I said before, I will be uploading. I will be posting when I upload a video on social media. But peace out. See you guys on the next one.